Hello everybody, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Caleb Arias and I work for GoPhoto Plus as a photography instructor, and I'm so grateful to be partnering with the Art Jameel Foundation, and everything they're doing is so amazing at the moment. Basically what I want to do today is I want to give you a couple of tips that you can use at home, whether you're using your phone or your camera, for really cool photography lighting techniques. So the first one I'm going to talk about is going to be light painting with your phone or your camera. So basically drawing in the air with light at night. That's a really good one. And then I'm also going to be talking about at the end just a couple of short tips on some creative lighting techniques for portraiture. Now these clips were shot pre-Corona times, or at least some of them were shot pre-Corona, so you might see my outfit changing or you might see my hair changing. I need to go get a haircut, but of course at the moment I cannot do that. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump into light painting. Light painting, what is it? What does it look like? How do you do it? Here's a few examples. If you would still like to practice photography, but maybe you're stuck at home and can't really go out and take lots of pictures of your travels or things such as that, then this is a really amazing technique that you can try at home. Okay, in order for this to work, you need a couple of things. Number one, you need your phone. You need something to rest your phone on. I'm using a candle currently, and some sort of light source, like a flashlight, whether that be from this one here. I'm using like a little pen flashlight, which is cool. You can use another phone if you want to. Pretty much anything that produces a small beam of light. The smaller, the better. Next thing you want to do is you want to get some kind of slow shutter speed app. The one I'm using is Night Capture Pro. Just a quick disclaimer, the apps I just mentioned are paid apps. I couldn't find any good, reliable, free apps to do this kind of a thing. But if you think about it, it's only the price of like a coffee, and you'll get way more fun out of it. So I think it's totally worth it. If you don't want to spend the money on it, you might be able to find a free alternative. If you do, feel free to let me know. But I couldn't find any great ones. This is the best one I could find. That being said, let's get back to the video. But anyways, you're gonna go down into this little star here. You're gonna click on light trails to where it turns green. You can see I already did this earlier, but you're gonna click on light trails here, and then you're gonna turn off all of your lights. So now I just hit the button, I come over here, and I turn my light on, and I paint whatever I wanna paint. And when I'm done, I come over here, and I should have my completed photo. Another cool little thing I found while experimenting with this is if you cover the light source with your finger, you can get this really cool red glow. And then you can just go crazy too. You can go like over objects if you want to and slither around. This is a photo that my coworker Alice took, and I just wanted to talk about it really quick because I think it's really, really cool. Essentially, what she did was, when she turns out all the lights, what she did was she had Kathleen, the model in the photo you see there, lit over here, and she's staying really, really still, like this. And then Alice turned off the flashlight. Kathleen then moved to a new spot, stayed really still, lit her, lit her, lit her, covered the light, moved over to a new spot, lit her, lit her, lit her, and that's how you get this multiple person look. So if the person is lit and they move at the same time, you're gonna get this blur effect. But if they stay really still, you light them for maybe like 2 or 3 seconds, cover the light source, move, put it back on them, move, and bring it again. It's gonna create this multi-person look. So I thought that was really cool, just wanted to throw that in there. Phones are amazing at so many things, but they do have their limitations. As you can see, the photos aren't exactly of the highest quality. So if you want to step things up a bit, So here is basically all the gear you're really gonna need. This is kind of even a non-essential. So you just need a tripod, you need a camera, and you need some sort of light source. Now I'm gonna use my phone flash for some of it. Some of it I'm gonna use this, I don't even know really what it is. Nice photo, RGB, I don't know. I got it from a camera shop and I thought it was cool. In terms of the settings you're gonna need for your camera, I'm gonna be shooting in manual. You're gonna wanna bring your ISO down, even though it's kind of counterintuitive, to 100. You're gonna wanna bring your aperture somewhere along the f11 to f16 range, maybe even f20, depending on how dark you want your environment. f16 is a good starting point. If you want it darker, bring it up. If you want it brighter, you can bring it down. And then I suggest your shutter speed be somewhere in the range of around about anywhere from 3-ish to somewhere around 30 seconds. Okay, so I have my camera set up. I'm gonna turn off all the lights in here in a second, and I'm here with Jameel, who's gonna be my model for this. You can do it by yourself if you want to, but I like having another person with me because I think it's more fun. Sorry, my cat's going crazy. Anyways, so yeah, this works best with subjects that are not moving. For example, it would not work with your cat very well because it would be moving too much. Anyways, let's turn off all the lights. I would come over here and I would paint on her face. That's gonna brighten her up in the exposure. Then I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna run around here. I'm gonna come down here, do my little squiggle underneath her hand, come up, and we should have her holding a balloon. So about 5 seconds, I'm gonna light her with the light, and then I'm gonna switch it to this color changing mode, which is really cool, that kind of cycles through these different colors. And I'm just gonna wave my arm back and forth, creating this kind of background behind her. Now that I have my screenshot, all I have to do is point it at my subject. So I can have red, I can have green.
Now, it's cool and
any
all
color
doing
I
just
want
behind the subject, but you can also start to add a lot of depth to these light paintings if you start going towards the camera or away from camera. So, for example, check this out. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back again to this color mode. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from here, but then I'm just gonna kind of run around her, just kind of coming in front of her, then coming behind her. It's the same kind of thing if I do this as well. If I come from below here and I drag it all the way to her behind like this, and then I can come back again into it.
Let's say that you want to create really amazingly lit portraits of people, but you don't have necessarily the budget to go out and buy something fancy like this. Well, today I'm going to give you 3 different lighting techniques that you can use at home with no budget. My first creative lighting tip to you is actually to use Google. Caleb, what do you mean? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to go into Google and you're going to type in any color you want to. For me, I'm going to pick red. Then I'm going to go to Images, I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to take a screenshot. Now that I have my screenshot, all I have to do is point it at my subject. So I can have red, I can have green, I can have any color I want to. My next little tip comes to you actually from a photographer named Paulo Verzone. And he taught me this really cool trick where you take just a water bottle and a flashlight and you point the flashlight through the water bottle and it creates these really interesting shapes of light. My third and final tip to you is to find anything that creates light. For example, the stove. These lights in this potted plant, that could be a light source. This lighting right here just comes from a phone flashlight and a crazy bottle.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have gained some insight and some hopefully ideas for some things you can try out at home. They're really fun activities and it really is nice just to get your kind of creativity pumping, especially if you're just sitting around consuming content all day. Just to go out and create something just feels really good. That being said, if you want to check out any more of these online resources, we're putting out tutorials and tips and tricks on the Gulf Photo Plus Instagram page. That's at Gulf Photo Plus on Instagram, so please feel free to go out and check all those videos. Yeah, that being said, I hope you've enjoyed, and I cannot wait to see you in the real world so soon.